Distinguished Service Award in recognition of outstanding contribution to natural health as author, journalist, seminar presenter and public speaker. From the New Zealand Health Forum, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Lynda Wharton. Come on family, put your hands together.
Thank you for that lovely intro. Hi everyone, thanks for coming today. My name's Lynda. I'm from the Health Forum NZ. Some of you may know about the work we've been doing. Just over a year ago, I set up a Facebook group called the Health Forum NZ, and I did that because my background is health research and writing, and I had been watching the development of the COVID vaccines overseas before they got to New Zealand, and I was watching the adverse event databases, the government databases around the world for post-vaccine deaths and injuries, and I was absolutely blown away by what I was seeing. It was unprecedented. And so I was waiting for somebody to stand up in New Zealand, a scientist or an immunologist or somebody, to start questioning the narrative of safe and effective. There is no drug in the world that is safe and effective for every single person that takes it. So there's no way this could have been an exception to that rule. Nobody did it, and one day in sheer frustration I did it. So it's not that I'm qualified, it's just that at the beginning nobody else put their hand up. And so we started a platform to share the dissenting voices, the questioning voices from around the world, scientists, immunologists, professors of medicine in all corners of the world that were asking questions, saying, well, this injection has a provisional authorization, not like any other vaccine in New Zealand. It's provisional because Pfizer themselves say the trials aren't finished until 2024. So that's why we've got a provisional approval in New Zealand. We have a vaccine adverse event database called MedSafe. Anybody can report vaccine injuries or post-vaccine deaths to MedSafe. MedSafe themselves acknowledge there is about a 5% reporting rate. So 5% of actual adverse events ever get reported to our government database. We currently have 68,000 reports. That they say is about 5% of what's really happened. We also have 171 post-injection deaths for COVID injections reported to the government database, 171. In a typical year in New Zealand for all vaccines combined, we expect reported deaths to be 1 to 2 people. So we are told that this is safe and effective and that none of the deaths are linked. They've acknowledged 3 of those deaths as being directly attributed to the injection. But my question is, why have we, this is a voluntary reporting system, why when normally we get 1 to 2 deaths voluntarily reported for all injections used in New Zealand in 1 year, why have we got 171 for one injection, for one type of vaccine? It's supposed to be a red flag system. It's a system that says there's an anomaly in the data. Something is not looking right. We're having too many reports of a particular event like death or pericarditis or myocarditis, which is heart inflammation. And then the rollout is supposed to be stopped. So prior to this, there was a swine flu vaccine that was rolled out to various countries around the world. And when the adverse event databases had recorded less than 50 deaths, the drug was pulled from the market. It was deemed unsafe and unfit for human use. So in New Zealand we have 171 deaths reported. In Australia the TGA has 900 deaths reported. The American VAERS database has 29,000 deaths reported. They acknowledge a 1% reporting incidence in America. It's lower than New Zealand. In New Zealand we're about 5%, they're about 1%. So there is a database called VigiAccess, which is the World Health Organization database. 190 countries report their data into VigiAccess. Vigi Access currently has 4.1 million adverse events in our database just for the COVID injections. They have hundreds of thousands of cardiac events, myocarditis, heart attacks, blood clots. So the work that I've been doing with an amazing team of volunteers, we have been offering support to COVID vaccine injured New Zealanders. In a minute I'm going to introduce you to two beautiful people that we've been working with since the beginning. I want to tell you, it is real. If you've had 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4, and you're here feeling wonderful, I am so damn happy for you. I just want you to know it's not the case for every person in New Zealand. And the people who are injured are then dropped by the state. Most of them are repeatedly turned down for ACC. They're having to fund barristers to fight on their behalf. Some of them are in wheelchairs. Some of them have heart damage that they will never recover from. And our state, having mandated them to take this provisionally approved experimental injection, the state then drops them. And that is, I swear on the Bible, my hand on my heart, I am telling you, this is my full-time 60-hour-a-week job for over a year, talking to and recording the stories of damaged New Zealanders who are ignored, subjugated, sidelined, and dropped by the state. So now I want to introduce you to two such wonderful people who were unable to make it onto the stage, but in front of the stage here we have Rob and Casey, and I'm just going to pass the mic down so they can speak to you a little bit.
Hi, I'm Casey. I want to highlight the most important thing right now for all of us is all of you, all of us. I didn't know what was going to happen today with all of this. I am pleasantly surprised. Yeah. It's been a year of struggle, of suffering for me and many others longer. I want to highlight the most important thing in what my late father told me. Love is all that matters. Love. I've had to endure a lot of hate through this, and trust me, I'll go through it again if I have to, for all the awareness that I hopefully can bring, and others like me and Rob can bring to others as well, because that's what's important. Hiding the truth, that's not going to work. Sharing the truth, no matter how hard it gets, I've learned that's what you've got to do. Because I'm not just important, you are important, the children are important, everyone's important. The community, the love that we share is so important. I don't know how many times I can highlight this. Because you guys are what getting me and many, like me and Rob, through this. Because you're here for us. You don't realize how much that gets us through for our struggles. You know, I'm seeing all your beautiful faces, all your children, and I just want you to know I'm going to keep fighting for you guys, no matter how much I go through. Because you guys are important to me. You're my community. Beautiful. I just want to make you aware I'm still pushing, and that's okay. And I'm going to keep pushing. Seeing you guys all here today has gotten me through quite a bit. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Here's Rob with another beautiful message. All of you beautiful people. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just going to hold the mic for him. Hey, kia ora whānau. Yeah, my name's Rob. Hey, I've just got a couple of things to say this morning. Turned up here, didn't know that we'll be saying anything, but this is from the heart. What my sister has mentioned, 1 year of suffering, not only for us, but for everyone in our nation, around the globe. But for me, there's been there's no accountability. There's no one standing up for us. There's thousands of us that have died, people that have died. I've got the numbers on my back here. People that are suffering. So it's time for us to stand, and that's why we're here. But again, there's no accountability. So, Prime Minister, government, you need to stand up and face the truth. I'm standing here for the vaccinated, me and my sister. We're standing here for those that have got no voice, those that are full of fear, that can't talk, that are suffering, that are dying, that are going through hell. Not only me and my sister, but my wife and my kids, our families. It's a knock-on effect, it's not just us. So you need to be held accountable. You need to come out of the hiding and lining your pockets up with a lot of money, and you need to be serving the people. And that's what you're hired for. That's what people vote for. So it's time for you to go. All I've got to say is that we're going to keep going. We're not going to stop. I'm standing here for the vaccinated, for those that are suffering and still going through hell at the moment. You need to be held accountable. You need to be held for crimes against humanity. I'm not scared to say that because I was a fit bloke and now I can't do anything. So you've taken my wages, you've taken my life away because I was a good provider for my family. I had everything going for us, our dreams, our aspirations, and then we even listened to you. We took the shots out of goodwill. I took it for my patients because I saw the suffering and fear in their eyes, in their faces, and now we're suffering. So it's time to be held accountable. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob, and thank you, Casey, for your relentless courage in turning up to events and speaking out and sharing your story. Sadly, while Rob and Casey are courageous in sharing their story, the Health Forum, many of the people that we deal with are in similar situations to Rob and Casey, and they're invisible, they're behind the scenes, but they're real and they're hurting. So we've only got a very short slot, so in a minute I'm going to invite Sarika from the Hood to come and have a quick word with you. But before I sign off, I guess I just want to say to you, vaccine adverse events and post-vaccine deaths are real. They are real. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Many people have the injection and seemingly in the short term they're absolutely fine. None of us have any idea about the long term because there is no long-term data. I mean, even Pfizer say that. So seemingly in the short term they're doing well, and I'm delighted. But many others are not doing well. So always open your heart, listen, just know it's real. The Health Forum tent is a big blue tent in the middle of the field behind you. We've got lots of vaccine injury storyboards up. Come and see some of the other stories. Please join us on social media. On Facebook, we have an open page called True Stories from the Health Forum NZ. And our free speech platforms, the Health Forum NZ, we're on MeWe and Telegram. That's where we post the science that would have us censored and taken down on Facebook. So thank you, and please welcome Sarika from the Hood, the Kids Court Case.